Yo, what's up? AndzDave here. Today is another really cloudy day and it's raining right now. I'm also really hungry right now because it's already 1 p.m. and I haven't had lunch yet. I am going at this place called Cucina Ilocana and I'm really excited to try their bagnet and other pork and beef dishes. You know, Ilocos is very famous when it comes to their bagnet and also their empanadas as well. I'm really excited to try that out and I'm super duper hungry. Actually, I'm ready here, so let's go inside. Yo, I'm finally here inside the Cucina Ilocana and we just done ordering our food. We ordered some empanada, bagnet of course because it's one of the very famous food there at Ilocos, some vegan Longganisa and some pork and beef dishes as well. Right, so before we start eating, if you guys are new to my channel or haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. You're doing me a big favor by doing so. And also hit that notification bell so that you will be always notified from all of my channel's activities. Right, so let's start with the empanada here. Bro, this empanada is humongous. It's huge. It's so big. This is my first time seeing this gigantic size of an empanada. Let's try to open this one. So we just sliced this one in half. For the filling of this huge empanada, it has this grated papaya, bean sprout, vegan longanisa, the egg, and this very appetizing orange crust. This empanada comes with the vinegar, but let's have a taste of this one on its own first. This is so ridiculously lovely. This orange crust is perfectly flaky and so thin. The vegan longanisa has this very strong and aggressive porky flavor and it smells so good. Have another bite. This is so astonishing. This is my first time having an empanada this big and I wasn't expecting this one for this to be so good. That mild flavor from the egg really balances it out from the really strong flavor from the pork. Apologize for what I said earlier, so it is not a bean sprout but it is a mung bean and it really gives that extra flavor and texture to this awesome empanada. Now we have added the vinegar, so let's try this. The vinegar neutralizes the flavor of the pork so well. I really hope you can hear the crunch right now. It's a symphony inside of my mouth. This empanada is out of this world delicious. So next food that I have here, this one is the Sinanglao. And this one is a very popular dish there at Ilocos because usually when fiestas or in every celebration, locals and tourists will fall in line just to get this one. This dish is composed of beef, meat, and organs. I hope you guys are into that kind of thing because I am. First, let's try the soup. Oh wow. This one really tastes like sinampalukan soup. Definitely has this gamey flavor and the sourness is so satisfying. Now let's have a bite of the beef skin. That is so ridiculously soft and tender. You know that very satisfying sensation when a food is really tender that suddenly melts down on your tongue? That's what I felt from that bite. This time it's the beef meat. This one's really gamey, but what I really like about this one is that amazing beefy flavor. Every time I take a bite from the meat, it's like it's serenading my taste buds with this amazing song for its flavor. Let's have another one. This is truly wonderful. Flavor-wise, this is truly on point. Texture is amazing because some parts are tender, some parts gives it that beautiful chew. Fragrance, lovely. When you come here, you should try this one. Next food that I have here, this one is called the Igado. So this is a pork dish with some innards. Yeah, like I said, the food here is really interesting. And I am so surprised that most of the Ilocano people are really into this kind of food. I really love that. Now let's have a taste. Actually, this is so good. This one has more aggressive flavor. You can definitely taste and smell the herbs, that awesome porky flavor. And the meat is not really that tender, but every time you chew, all of that great porky juice will reside on your tongue, and it will really make you happy because of that amazing porky flavor. This is so awesome. Definitely not tender, but the meat is really rich with flavor. The sauce is very similar to a menudo dish, and I think it's really perfect for this one because it eliminates that gamey flavor from the pork innards. I don't know right now if what I'm eating is the pork innards or the pork meat. Everything is just so wonderful. Now this time, let's try this vegan Longganisa. Let's immediately have a bite on this one. You would absolutely taste the pork, salty and lovely. And again, I so love the herbs that they put in this one because it gives it an amazing aftertaste and awesome fragrance as well. This one's not your typical longanisas that you usually have. Because when you say longanisa, typically it's kind of sweet. This one's really porky and salty and it's so good. Now this longanisa with the vinegar sauce. This longganisa became more awesome with the vinegar. This one really tastes so good already without the vinegar. Now it finally reaches its highest level. Let's taste it with some vegetables. This is really amazing. I wish all longganisa should taste like this one. This could be my new comfort food. And of course, this won't be complete without the bagnet. So I have here the very popular bagnet dish. One comes with a vinegar sauce as well. Let's try this one on its own first. This is exactly what I really like from this dish. 100% crunchy, porky and greasy. And the texture of the meat is so beautiful. It's not that tender. It's not really chewy. It's just the perfect texture that gives it a very satisfying chew that is so soothing inside of your mouth. Now this time with the vinegar. Who doesn't love a crispy pork belly, right? And I know you guys know this one really resembles the lechon kawale. From what I've heard, when you prepare this bagnet, it takes 2 to 3 days or maybe a week just to achieve the flavor, the texture, the flaky and crunchiness of the skin. Everything about this one really takes some time. You can definitely say that this one is so precious. Before we continue with this video, I just want to give back my support to Ate Mochi Mochi. She's my friend and she's based in Japan, and she does amazing pictures and photography on her vlogs. Beautiful display of photography geography that will make you interested about Japan and its flowers. So please check out our YouTube channel as well. Now let's go back to this video. This food trip won't be complete without a rice. So I have here the mareg rice. So this is a fried rice with garlic and the bagnet. And this one really looks so appetizing. You can see chunks of pork meat, the garlic, and that yellowish or orangey color of the rice is just so mouth-watering. So this one's from the annatto oil actually. Now let's fry this rice in the Igado. Jesus, that ridiculous and satisfying flavor from the sauce of this Igado is just so good with the rice. On the vegan Longganisa and the rice. I like that this Longganisa is not sweety, and the flavor of the pork in this one is just so on point. This one is the rice and the Sinanglao. That bite was kind of contradicting each other because the beef skin was so tender and the rice is kind of a bit chewy because of the pork and it's fried. And finally the rice and the bagnet. That is the most delicious, satisfying, sensational bite that I had so far. Now it's time for dessert, and for my dessert I have what they call the Knickerdocker. So it's a mixture of fresh fruits with cream, strawberry ice cream, some marshmallows, and a cherry on top. This one's already mixed, so let's dig into this one. It's definitely sweety, and it gives that amazing flavor to the fruits. This is just a perfect dessert after having all of that meaty and gamey dishes that we had earlier. So this one has some bananas, mango, watermelon, and some jellies. I'm kind of a bit quiet right now because this is so good. I almost forgot I'm still filming. That was a scrumptious lunch here at Cucina Ilocana. Everything that I ate today was really delicious, very rich with meaty flavor, cooked and prepared so well that every time I take a bite from the food, makes me don't want to leave this place. If you're going to ask me what's my favorite, I would have to say it's the Sinanglao because it's almost the same flavor from a sinigang, and you know me that I really like sinigang. All of the meat and the skin is so tender, you don't need no effort and energy to chew, it just suddenly melts down on your tongue, and that very satisfying sourness from the soup. So if you want to try some Ilocano food, you should visit this place. They are located here at the Mabini street. If you guys have any suggestions for my next food location, just drop it down in the comments below. I would definitely read all of it and make sure to visit in all those places. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is me, AndzDave, and I'll see you in the next one.